Chad.
Oh, yeah.
Chad.
Yeah. Yeah, we're live right now.
Right now.
All right. Welcome to Maximum Monday. And here's your host, Carl Erickson.
All right, can you guys hear me okay? Welcome back to Maximum Monday here at the Tactical Rifleman compound. I've got freezing rain outside, except it's about 50 degrees, and yeah, we're having us a good old time. So got a bunch of stuff to cover today. Appreciate y'all visiting with me a day early. I know we usually do Tactical Tuesday, but I'm actually driving all the way up to St. Louis tomorrow morning so I can be a character witness for one of our patrons. So anyways, it is what it is. It's a long story. But if you need me to vouch for you, chances are you're going to jail. But I hope not. I hope he... brother, if you're in your cell watching this right now, I hope my word can get you off tomorrow. And if not, well...
God help you, TTB.
Sucks to be you. Sucks to be you. All right. We had a troll with us last week. That was nice of him to join us, you know, because I allow everybody to join us. But right off the bat, I have a mediator, Chad. He is going to be watching the comment section. And if you guys start trolling again, I will invite you to get the fuck out of here forever. Excuse my language. All right. So it is what it is. Go. Yeah, that's where we get beeped. So to start off, I got to give a shout out to our sponsors because we wouldn't be able to buy the $10,000 worth of camera equipment without our sponsors. So Sportsman's Guide up on the wall behind us. We've got Big Daddy Unlimited. Code will be down below, which is kind of a coincidence. I just happen to be drinking EDC coffee today, except I'm actually drinking the one I just made today is called Slip Point. It's their espresso ground, and it says it's chocolate cherry. I don't taste the chocolate cherry in it. Oh, you guys might not like it. I like it. You guys don't have to like it. We got a couple other sponsors. Birch Gold. Why? Because as you guys know, I'm big on investing in heavy metals. Now, I prefer lead and brass, but silver and gold are also great investments. If you're interested in doing other precious metals besides lead and brass, Birch Gold, let them know Tactical Rifleman sent you, and I get a ever so small piece of your 401k. If anybody else wants to be a sponsor, you can go to the Leviathan group online and say, hey, I want to sponsor Tactical Rifleman live streams and all that, blah, blah, blah. And the price is right. I'll put your picture behind. So, hey, I got a couple other things going.
No, that was not me.
My son timed that pretty good. That's Nicholas Erickson, my son. Now he's texting me. He probably forgot I was doing my live stream. I'll call in a minute. What do you say? Let's put that little shit on speakerphone. He doesn't know I'm doing a live stream tonight. I'm not even going to let him know.
Don't call him little man in front of
You don't want me to call him little man?
Don't do that. It embarrasses him when you do that. Right, he's a grown boy.
He's a grown boy. So we're going to put my son on speakerphone if he calls back again, and we'll all live happily ever after. I actually spoke earlier to one of the owners of Night Vision Guys and trying to work out some stuff with them. So yeah, guys, if you know the deal, lights, lasers, night vision, piss on FLIR, by the way. They don't want to sell to civilians anymore. I'm a civilian. And then they say, well, Carl, you can still buy because you're law enforcement. I don't think that's fair. I think that you guys should have the right to buy thermals and stuff also. So you can still go through Night Vision Guys and they will get you stuff from other sources without a doubt. Our internet as of right now is doing a little bit better. I ran a speed test on the Mediacom cable internet earlier and I was getting 260 down, and it went up to 45 up. I'm only paying for 20 up. So they throttled me back down to 26, but that still should be good enough. We shall see. So let's take a question from the peanut gallery. What do you guys have questions of? Any good questions yet? He's falling asleep over here on me. No?
People like the wall behind you.
You like the wall behind me. You guys like the new setup, the new studio? We changed the angle a little bit, a little better lighting. Yeah, can you guys see that I have a microphone hanging right here? Can you guys see that thing if I pull it down a little bit? Yeah. It's not in frame, is it?
It's pretty nice. Pretty nice little...
It's a nice little thing we have.
There he is. Don't do it.
Hello, Nick. What's up?
How's it going? I just got off work. Yeah, sorry. I sent the second story a couple of days ago. I thought I meant to at least, and it might not have gone through. But as soon as I'm home in like 10 minutes, I'll resend it to you. Okay, hold on just a second, Nick.
The stories he's talking about, Nick, I'm talking to all of our viewers because we're in the middle of our Maximum Monday live stream right now. Say hi to our viewers.
How's it going?
There you go. What Nick's talking about is for all of our patrons, once a month I do story time with Carl. And my son has been taking those videos and actually converting them into Word documents. He got a degree in journalism at the local college. And so anyways, my son, even though I'm not going to write a book, my son is writing a book for me. All right, Nick, no worries. Yeah, hey, give me a call back in about an hour and a half if you don't mind after you knock out dinner. Okay, let me finish this live stream, unless you want to stay here the whole time.
Nope, that's fine.
I didn't think so.
Hi, Nick.
Yeah.
Love you, puppy. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, love you too. I'll call you back. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. I love my little man.
Oh, there it is.
I do.
There it is.
I love my son. I love my daughter. I love my blushing bride.
And he misses his dogs.
I love my dogs. Miss my dogs. Oh.
All right. Well.
Okay, this week, we're supposed to be having, this Friday's video was supposed to be a video about modern AKs. And I apologize, I've been looking forward to giving you guys this video, but the reality is it's not ready yet. It's not. So what we did was, some guys like AKs, some guys like ARs. This week's video, hopefully if I can get it done, I got a couple small tweaks to do to it, but for the most part, this week's video looks like it's gonna be AK versus AR. I took some of my favorite close quarters battle critical task evaluations, people would call them tests. Mm-hmm. And we took our top 4 tests, and to make it fair, you can't just give a gunslinger like Z an AK and say perform as good as you can with the AK. So what I did was I gave Z the AR, and I brought in Bobby Snyder from Tactical Edge. This guy, big orange beard, you've seen him in a couple of our videos. He shoots the AK a lot. He's very good with the AK. So put him behind the AK, put Z behind the AR, and I'm not gonna spoil it for you. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. We put AK versus AR. I made it as fair as I can. And without a doubt, you'll see. Got a question here from Platinum Empire. Thoughts on the RMR versus the enclosed micro red dot? I'll let you answer it, okay? Platinum Empire, back in mid to late 90s, all of a sudden red dots showed up for rifles. And the first red dots that showed up was the Seymour, I'll come back to it.
Okay.
Was the Seymour, but there was also what was called the reflex sight. Single pane projection. And when red dot sights came out for rifles, I had the same issues that people are having with their pistols right now. Snow would get on the emitter that was open to the elements, like on an RMR, except on a rifle, you know, and rain would get on it. Now you got a big blurry dot. And everybody said optics are not going to make it on combat rifles because combat rifles have to be tough. Batteries die, glass breaks, blah, blah, blah. You got to just stick iron sights, iron sights, iron sights. Fast forward 10, 15 years, and now every combat gun on the planet, every combat rifle has a enclosed red dot. Now, whether it is a EOTech, I like EOTechs, all right? And it looks like it's just one pane of glass, but it's not. There's actually a pane of glass right here, pane of glass right here. This is an enclosed emitter. Aim points, an enclosed emitter. They're bomb-proof. They're very, very tough. They are, and that's the standard for rifles now. Likewise, mark my words, within the next 5 years, you're gonna see that all combat pistols are going to go to a enclosed optic on the pistols. They're all gonna be enclosed. So I'm not bashing RMRs, SROs, all those shit, guys. I was running an old J-point made by JP Enterprise for a backup optic on a sniper rifle back in the late 2000s, or actually early 2000s, now that I think about it, 2005, 2006 timeframe. So small red dots have been around for a while, but you're gonna see that they're gonna go to being enclosed also. So anyways, I hope that I answered that for you, brother. All right, first one to throw down any money for Chad, because if you guys don't know this, I have sponsors that pay for us to do this, but if you guys do super chat, because you want your comment to be seen immediately, if you do super chat, we encourage you to do that. Just understand YouTube takes 30% right off the top right away. Then we pay taxes on it, and all the rest of the money I give to Chad. I give it to Chad. So Paul Shalfer just threw down a $5 bill. Have you used the FN20S? If so, how does it compare to the SR25? I've not used the FN20S. I've not. I'm assuming you're talking about the accurized version of the Scar Heavy. That's, and I may be wrong, but my personal opinion on it, I'm not a big fan of the Scar series of rifles. Here's why. Everybody says, well, you can change calibers on it. You can change barrel lengths. You can, but then you got to re-zero your optics, right? You do. Now, but you can change barrel lengths, Carl. You can change barrel lengths. Okay, I can change barrel lengths on an AR. I can. I push 2 pins out. I separate the upper and the lower receiver. I take my long barrel with my sniper optic on it, my 1-to-8, my 3-to-10, whatever it is. I put it in the case, and I take my 12.5-inch LaRue upper with my EOTech, and I put that onto my AR. I push my pins back in, and that gun's now zeroed. For those saying that the Scar Light and the Scar Heavy, well, it's a piston upper, Carl, not like your AR that's direct impingement. It's more reliable, it's more reliable. If that's the case, you can get a piston upper for your AR, your M4. I have taken direct impingement uppers and converted them to piston using the Adams Arms conversion kits, and they function flawlessly. As a matter of fact, guys, if you run a suppressor on your short barrel rifles, I encourage you to use the Adams Arms conversion kits. You can do it yourself, and they, at least mine, run reliably. And guys, I have very minimal gunsmithing skills. All right, maybe a little better than that. Alpha Omega just threw down a $5 bill. Hope you're having a good day, Carl. My question is, what is going on with FLIR? All right, that's a legitimate question. Here's the deal. A lot of our conspiracy theorist guys out there are thinking that, well, you know, because of everything in Virginia and everything, you know, they're getting ready to take, because everybody's getting ready for the Boogaloo. Everybody's getting ready for the big Civil War. They're going to take away all of our guns, and they're going to start with taking away thermals and night vision. Guys, that's not the case. It's not the case. Relax. I'm going to explain it to you. I am. All right, here's the deal. When you buy a thermal sight, when you buy any optic, when you buy an optic and it, a lot of these companies have got warranties. Some companies have lifetime warranties, right? Okay, that's fine for a certain types of glass, but not very few companies for electronic devices like night sights. They don't do lifetime warranties, but they all have 1 or 2 year warranties, right? So when you're buying a thermal, for example, from FLIR, there are, even though they may look almost identical, what a thermal is, guys, is it's not a look-through scope like a Gen 3 PVS 14. It's not. When you're not looking through the tube with electronic intensification. You're not. What you're looking at is the front end of it is a camera. It's a thermal camera. Now it looks like polished glass, mirrored glass. In most cases, it's actually a metal called germanium. Right? It's not glass at all. It's why? Because glass does not glass reflects heat. Okay? Now, but the back part that you are looking into, you're not looking through a lens. That is a TV screen. It's actually a TV screen. So when you start looking at buying a thermal, there's lots of different options, and a lot of people don't understand what those options are. Different refresh rates, different resolutions on those cameras, which on the little TV screen in the back, which doesn't matter if you're just videotaping. But if you want to videotape your hunts, then you want better resolution on your output, digital output, not completely unaffected by the screen refresh rate. There's all these different settings, and what's happened is a lot of people are buying thermals. There's $5,000, $10,000 investment, and then you're not getting what you want. It's not what you wanted. But you ordered the wrong one. But what ends up happening is people send it back to customer service, and they say, well, you know, hey, I want this other one. And to deal with this, a lot of companies have got small armies of employees that are doing nothing more than customer service. And FLIR just don't want to deal with us anymore. They don't want to deal with the civilians. They don't, because the military doesn't send shit back. Military doesn't send anything back. They don't. They have set replacement schedules. They have set maintenance that's done at core and depot level. There's some maintenance that's done at user level and unit level. But for the most part, once it's past inspection, the military don't send shit back. So those big contracts, that's what FLIR wants to deal with. Big department and government contracts. Because remember, FLIR's the same company that's making the big gimbals that are on these big Predator drones. And they're the ones that are making the big thermals that are on ships and things like that. You and me and these civilians buying small handheld thermals for hunting, we're pennies in the bucket for them, but we're the ones creating 90% of the customer service complaints. So yeah, FLIR's not doing it because they don't like you. They're doing it because they're tired. They're tired of your bitching. They're tired of your complaining. I think that's wrong. I do. I think that's the mark of a company that's grown too big and they don't value their customers anymore, and they're being ran by corporate America. Okay, that's fine. That's my personal view. So yeah, I'm not, you're not going to see me. I was a FLIR ambassador for a short period of time. I still use some of their optics simply because I can't afford to buy other ones. They make great stuff, guys. A lot of FLIR units are great, but I am going to find you guys other great night vision equipment out there that you can buy at comparable prices For example, AGM Global Vision, they are trying to fill the gap right now. They are trying to come up with more and more great stuff. So I don't want to push you guys to ATN and other companies. I want you to stay, with good, high quality units. And just right now, I don't have a company to give to you, but I'm hunting, I'm trying. Give me a couple months, I'm gonna find you a company that I can push to you guys and say, hey, I've tested this stuff out and it's worth it. But right now, I haven't, I've been busy. It takes time. Everybody thinks Carl can just review things overnight. I can't do that. I teach a lot of classes and they require me to be away from home. I didn't get back until late Saturday night. I shot all Sunday afternoon after church. Fast forward to Monday, I've been trying to get caught up on a week's worth of computer work because I taught all last week, and now I'm leaving tomorrow morning to go help a guy in need in court. So I'm busy. I try to test stuff when I can. Guys, I've got a room full of stuff I'm trying to test for you. Body armor, guns, optics, and also including night vision. So it is what it is, guys. If you have ideas for great optics you want me to test, please put me in touch with them because I don't play favorites. I don't. Companies will say, Carl, try this out. We'll pay you to do a review. And a lot of times I say no. I say, let me see it first. And you can't pay me to lie. So if you want reviews, you want to pay somebody to do a review, you're gonna have to go to some of these other social media, Instagram monsters out there that have got a million followers, or at least over 500,000 followers. That's not us. I told the film crew, look guys, I don't care if we ever get to be a big channel. We're gonna be an honest channel. And that's what we're still trying to be right now. What are my thoughts on Trijicon IR Patrolman? Which one's a patrolman, the IR Patrolman?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look that one up. You got to understand, guys, we just came back from SHOT. We looked at so much stuff.
Yeah, SHOT Show was filled with, everybody's got great stuff. And everybody tells you theirs is the best. Okay, but I can't just take a salesman's word on the floor at SHOT Show. When you start asking some of these salesmen questions about their own stuff, a lot of the salesmen can't answer the questions that I ask, which is sad. Now, I expect that from a booth babe. If you've got a booth babe working in your booth and she can't tell me what the 7 different pallets are on your handheld thermal, or she can't tell me what the focal length is on that particular scope. Okay, I understand for a booth babe to not know that, but a lot of your marketing guys that they are paying to come work at the booth should know that stuff.
I got a couple of things here.
You got a couple? Let me hit Dan Vollmer real quick.
Okay.
You know why? Because he's throwing down that Canuck money. He's got Canadian bacon right here. 20 Canadian dollars coming from Dan Vollmer up north. Dan, you got snow right now, brother? I bet you do.
Oh.
Here's a question for Chad. Well, shit, this is for you.
Yeah.
If I remember right, you are also an artist of observation and precision vigilance at long range. He did put a smiley face there for you.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to what your rifle and caliber of choice is. This question's for you, Chad. You guys want me to get up? Answer this shit. Answer it.
All right.
Hold on. Let me.
You want me to?
I'm gonna sit back and.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just gonna listen.
Okay. Well, easy answer. About 6 years ago, about-ish, when I got out of the Army, I didn't have a lot of guns. I bought a Remington 700, and that has been my gun that I shoot primarily.
The action, and then you immediately rebuilt all of it from the ground up.
Yes, it sits in a McCree chassis, and it's 308. So I stick with what I know. That's what they taught
308.
me. So
that's a legitimate
simple.
answer. All right.
Yeah.
Thank
Remington
you, Chad.
700, 308.
Guys,
Short
if you're
and dirty.
just starting off, especially if you want to build your own firearm, you can buy different actions out there. You can. But the one that has the most, by far, amount of parts that you want to make it like Legos, very similar to an AR or a Glock. As far as sniper rifles go, you got to look at the Remington 700 action. You'll find a lot of military snipers go for that simply because that's what they grew up on in the military. The old, what's it called? The old M24, the M40, if you were in the Marine Corps, the 40XB, the M40A3, even the M2010, right? The M2010 is the old M24 refurbished. They finally made it 300 Win Mag, but that is still built off of the exact same, matter of fact, it's the exact same action that the old M24s were on.
And it's a kick-ass chassis.
It is, it really is. Hey, I don't know if I got any Aussies here, but I've got some of Susan's, Susan and Glenn Britcher from Down Under. They sent me some Tim Tams. For those of you Yanks back over the pond here in America, if you've never had a Tim Tam, it's called a Tim Tam Slam. What you're supposed to do is bite off each end of it, and then you use it like a straw, and you suck your hot coffee up through it. Except
them Aussies are fancy. I just eat them like a cookie.
Except I don't do it because I'm not a freaking Australian.
Yeah. All right.
You
hey,
want?
no, I'm good. I want to go back and mirror what Jaron Wilson and Rue Ridge kind of addressed earlier. Thoughts and prayers for the 7th group guys that died last week in Afghanistan.
Yeah, guys, I can't say enough about that. These are, now you got to remember, I joined the Army back in 1985. I'm old. I'm old. My country was not at war when I joined the military. Was not at war. I honestly can't say that as a scared high school kid, I can't say that I would have joined the military if my country was at war. I want to say that I would have, but I don't know. But these two sergeants from 7th group, their country was at war. They knew exactly what they were getting into. They knew that as soon as they got out of basic training, they could be sent to a unit getting ready to deploy to a combat zone. They went a step further and said, we want to be on the tip of the spear in the middle of a combat zone in a country that has been at war for my entire life. And they did. They volunteered, and because of their Hispanic backgrounds, Latino backgrounds, they were sent to 7th Special Forces Group. A lot of you guys don't know the Special Forces groups are broken down by regions of the planet. 7th group, their group, is responsible for Central South America. So they all are required to speak Spanish. First group in Washington, Fort Lewis, Washington, they are responsible for the Orient. They have to be able to speak Filipino, Chinese, Korean, stuff like that. 10th group, they're responsible for Europe. They've got guys that can speak Russian, German, Polish, blah, blah, blah. 5th group, my group, we were responsible for the CENTCOM AOR, Horn of Africa, the Middle East, and all the stands. And so that's literally because 5th group has been busy nonstop. These other groups have been helping us out, including 7th group. So all the Spanish speakers, they're responsible for Afghanistan right now. That's where they were deployed. And I hate it that it's one of the troops that they're actually there with. You understand, the job of a Green Beret in peacetime is to teach other countries to fight for themselves. And even in wartime, you're leading these other troops on combat ops, but you're training them. And that's who this guy was that turned the machine gun on all of these guys. So it's sad. And I hate it for them. I hate it for their families. I really do. But I look forward to lifting a glass of cognac with them in Valhalla, and we'll share war stories, and we'll look down on all of our younger brothers still there in the next war, whether it's Nigeria or West Virginia. Who knows where it's going to be. And we'll try to point them in the right direction.
Hear, hear.
God bless those boys. And God bless the troops that are over there right now, still mixing metal and meat together. All the support troops, all the families at home. God bless all of them, especially the snipers out there.
Yeah. Hey, Teo brought up a great question.
Okay.
And it kind of is borders with what you were talking about earlier. For a budget-minded folks.
Budget-minded folks.
What? Yep.
Me.
What are your thoughts on if you can only buy one optic for your rifle? The way I understand he's asking it, would you get a low-power variable optic or a red dot? What are your thoughts? Low
power, variable power optic, for sure. I'd go with 1 to 8, 1 to 10. There's a lot of 1 to 10s out now. Everybody's pushing the Vortex. Vortex is like Yeti coolers. All right, Yeti coolers are the best coolers ever made, simply because they spend more money on marketing than anybody else. A Yeti cooler is not any better than a Coleman cooler. It's just Yeti spends more money on marketing. They're still good coolers. Likewise, Vortex has got some great optics. They're just not any better than a lot of other optics that are out there. But they do have a 1 to 10 it's a great optic. There's some great 1 to 8 powers. I did a video a couple months ago. Y'all might remember it. Came out right before Thanksgiving on the 1 to 8 Raptor. 1 to 8 Platinum series made by Primary Arms. My main reason for reviewing it was because I liked the Raptor reticle, ACSS reticle, but then I fell in love with the scope. So if you're looking for a good optic right around $1,000, the Primary Arms 1 to 8 Platinum series with the ACSS Raptor or Griffin. I actually like the Griffin better. It's another video that's not out yet. If you can't afford $1,000, they also have a Silver series 1 to 6 that you can get that same reticle. Because guys, reticle is very important. Yes, you got to have good glass. Yes, you've got to have variable power, but you also need to have a reticle that will allow you to engage targets at distance. If I could only have one scope, guys, it would be a variable power optic. Fortunately, I have been blessed with lots of guns. Now, I'm not a guy that owns 50 different guns and carries different ones every day. I don't. I have my go-to guns, and they're all the same, so my muscle memory is the same. It really is. All right.
Yeah.
I got a couple people throw down. Christian Phyllis just threw down a $5 bill saying, good job. That's for you, Chad.
Yeah, no, keep going. There's Yeasty also, and then above him is Charles Colburn. Charles Colburn had a question for you, a good one on OBRs.
Charles Colburn. Hi, Carl. Big fan. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate that. I'm going to purchase a LaRue OBR 308. I was wondering on your thoughts of 16, 18, or 20-inch barrels. Is there a sweet spot? Go with the 18, and here's why. It is the sweet spot. 20-inch, if you're gonna use it just as a designated rifle, designated marksman rifle, strictly for long range. But I like the 18-inch. It's still workable, and put the good Magpul stock on it with the adjustable cheek piece. But really, if you put a good muzzle brake on it so that you can mount your preferred suppressor. Everybody needs to own a 308 suppressor. I run my 308 suppressor on my 5.56 guns and my 300 blackout gun. So if you're going to buy a suppressor for the first time, buy a 308 one. All right. But yeah, the OBR, if I was going to buy an OBR, and a lot of my friends have OBRs, the optimized battle rifle by LaRue, get the 18-inch one. Do not Do not get the one that you can change calibers, the quick change barrels, quick change calibers, so you can put 6.5 in it. Do not do that. I have very, very bad experiences with that mating system. They may have worked the bugs out, but I haven't seen it yet. So anyways, that's me steering you away from that. I heard Yeasty's here. That's so awesome. Let me find Yeasty. Sweet. Yeasty George is in the house, $1.99, and he has got a animated little blue bird.
Kraken said he gave Yeasty the clap. Like clap, but...
This is me giving Yeasty the clap. Yeasty, you know we love you, brother. We do love you, Yeasty, we do. All right, I'm scrolling down. Jerry J. Juicin, the Mighty Any experience. I'm sorry, Jerry, I didn't read that properly.
Yeah,
I've got to use my Czechoslovakian accent.
Horrible. You got to add horrible to the beginning of that.
Juicin, the Mighty Any experience with the Sako TRG 2242 or the FN Ballista. I played with the Ballista a little bit. I've not touched the Sako TRG. I've not done that. As far as the FN Ballista was the gun that FN submitted for the precision sniper rifle contract, which later on became the basically the MRAD contract, which one? Barrett MRAD got what? The ASR.
Yes.
The advanced sniper rifle. The PSR contract became the ASR contract. It had to be a sniper rifle sub MOA, had to be able to shoot 3 calibers, 308, 300 Norma, 338 Norma. I think they've since changed the caliber requirements. Had to be micro adjustable, folding stock, all kinds of stuff. And FN submitted the Ballista for that. Accuracy International submitted the AXMC, which is the rifle that I own. Remington submitted the PSR. Yeah, PSR, I think. And it's a great gun. Remington originally won the contract, and then Big Army wanted in on it, and SOCOM withdrew it from Remington, kind of screwed Remington Defense, and it eventually went to Barrett, which is good because I like the MRAD. You guys know I love the Barrett MRAD. I definitely love that gun. It's a good gun. So I've seen the Ballast. I've shot it a little bit. I do not have a lot of time with it. One thing I will tell you though, Jerry, is honestly, me personally, I would go with the Barrett MRAD. I really would. It's a great gun and well deserved. I guarantee you our war fighters are going to be happy with the Barrett MRAD. Alpha Omega just threw down a $5 bill, dude.
Thank you.
I'm glad you were looking for new products for us. Could you find us the equivalent of the Flare Breach? I know you guys are busy, but I am patient. Yes, Alpha Omega, I will look for you without a doubt. I actually thought I had one for you. I was getting ready to tell you guys about it, and then I started having issues with it. So the hunt is still on to find for you guys a replacement for the Flare Breach. For those of you that don't know what the Flare Breach is, it's basically the size smaller than my fist. It's a small handheld thermal. You can mount it on a weapon, I guess, but you can also mount it on your head harness, your helmet. What I like about it is it fits inside of a frag grenade pouch, and I keep my breech on my gun belt. If you guys look at my videos of me on the flat range shooting, I have a frag grenade pouch right behind my Leatherman. It does not have a frag grenade in it. It doesn't. I have a FLIR breech in that, and I use it to videotape classes because it'll hold 2 hours of video, and everything looks cool on thermal. You can use a thermal during the day. It doesn't have to be night. So anyways, good stuff. Pat O'Connor just threw down a $10 bill, says, for Chad, no question, see you in a month. Pat O'Connor, thank you, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Pat, for those of you that don't know, he is paired up on the same sniper team with Jerry.
Oh, God.
And they are coming to Operation Valkyrie. Now, I mention that because I'm gonna try to kill these two fine gentlemen. I won't actually do it, but
We're
I'm
gonna have so much fun.
I'm gonna try to make it. I'm joking, guys. I'm completely joking. No, but you guys are gonna be my varsity team. You are, as far as skill levels go. So when it comes time to assigning different parts of the mission, I'm gonna make it hard on you guys. I mean, after all, Pat's only got one leg. It's not like it would slow him down any. But we'll see how well he can swim with one leg.
This is going to be fun, Carl.
Gonna be
I
a
think
good
we're
time.
going to enjoy this
All right,
one.
On that note, I still have one slot left for Valkyrie. I do, and I have to fill it, guys. I really do. I was supposed to film a video last week and put it up on YouTube saying there's one slot left, and I filmed the whole thing. I got back and the audio was screwed up. And rather than refilming it, I just said, you know, I got pissed off and I never put it up on YouTube. I didn't refilm it. So I guess I can't film it this week because I'm gone the entire week. Maybe we'll film it next weekend. Maybe.
Yeah. We can do well.
So, but anyways, guys, I got to fill this thing. So if anybody's interested in coming to Operation Valkyrie, we still have one slot left, one, and it's gonna be a great time. I have Emery coming down. I have Craddock. Ray Craddock says he's coming down to help Chad run backside support.
I've got a great group of people help me out.
We have a local SWAT team that's going to be helping Chad out. We have local Trigg County Rescue. We need to follow up with them. They're going to be helping Chad out. We have the local sheriff's department. They're going to be playing the part of the Border Patrol agents when these guys are trying to sneak across international borders. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but let's just put it this way. I've got 5 days of rain starting today, and the river is already about 4 feet above floodplain. So it's going to be very, very dangerous. This river is
almost high enough for Operation Valkyrie.
It's almost high enough for Operation Valkyrie. Last year, half the instructors, and these are Green Berets, half the instructors were asking for me to cancel the kayak part because it was going to be too dangerous. And I said, don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. God's going to make it perfect because God loves me. I have sent lots of people to heaven for him, and he owes me a couple things. I'm not pushing it, but I'm hoping for good weather. I'm really hoping for good weather.
For people that don't realize, there's this running joke with Carl and I, or any class we go to. The joke is that Carl does a rain dance before the class, and being in touch with Mother Nature like he is, she listens, and she 9 times out of 10 gives him what he wants.
If it ain't raining, it ain't training, guys.
Operation Valkyrie last year, we come into the objective, and the skies opened up.
Freezing rain, snow.
It changed to snow, and we went from engaging a target at what, 600-700 meters-ish?
So they could barely see at 3.
To 3. It was great. Carl loved it. The students,
nobody died.
Nobody died, yes.
Nobody died last year.
Perceived danger. And in the moment, you don't realize that we wouldn't let you die. Ish.
Guys, I won't let you die. I won't do it. Probably.
Are you still eating them candies? Mm-hmm. I swear you got a tapeworm.
Susan Glenn, if you're watching, thank you for the Tim Tams. I'm digging that thing. Disgrunted Bear. Hey, brother, I want to thank you for the patches you sent me.
Sorry, guys. If you hear me giggling over here, it's because I'm reading comments, and 9 times out of 10 it has to do with Yeasty, so I apologize.
Yeasty on backside support. I caught that one.
No, hey, Yeasty isn't staying in a tent with me for 3 days.
Guys, if anybody wants to come to Operation Valkyrie, you do not need...
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
That's awful rude. I'm not going to do that to you guys. You guys deserve better than that. No, he's a close personal friend of mine. He's also worth an insane amount of money.
Parties like a rock star.
Parties like a rock star. Oh my God. Anyways, no, if any of you are interested in coming to Operation Valkyrie, you can rent kayaks from us, right? And I don't know how much they are yet. I don't, because I have to go rent them locally. And when I rent them, I'm not marking them up a bit. You guys are going to pay what I pay. If I have to rent 3 of them for you guys, I'm going to take whatever the cost is and I'm going to divide it in thirds, and that's what you guys are going to pay. Right? So if you need a kayak, don't worry about it. Come, hang out. If you need a rifle, I had 2 guys last year. They rented rifles from me, $20 a day. So you can rent a $5,000 precision rifle for $20 a day. Please don't let it fall in the river. Yeah. Oh my God, that would suck. That would suck to no end. All right. Erica just threw down a $5 bill. If anyone gets hypothermia on Operation Valkyrie, you can always warm them up with the flamethrower, Carl.
I will have that on backside support, Carl. I need to have that on backside support with the 5-gallon can of gas.
Erica, that's so not funny. It's so not funny. It's freaking hilarious. So whether the flamethrower is used for hypothermia patients or not, no, in all seriousness, guys, I already have hypothermia bags. Right? We have Special Forces medics. Now, I was a Special Forces medic, but I have a no-joke Special Forces medical instructor that is going to be there on scene doing backside support, providing medical. I have got the safety boat is going to have the backboard, all the medical gear. There will be, we have what's called, they're called hypothermia bags. It looks like it's a little smaller than an MRE, a little bit bigger than that. But basically what it is it opens up into a space blanket size sleeping bag. And because if you put a guy inside of a space blanket, that doesn't warm him up, because a space blanket just reflects his body heat. But these hypothermia bags, emergency hypothermia treatment kits, they come with big, huge hand warmers, big ones. You throw them in there and you can cook that guy to medium well in about 10 minutes. You're gonna get his core temperature up without a doubt. So, Jerry just threw down a $2 bill. I can scuba. Brother, you can't scuba in this river. Oh no, there are cars and trucks and rebar and everything else. You go under, you're probably not coming back up. Military grade coffee.
That's
are there going to be any U-boats in that water? If there are any U-boats, it's only because Pat O'Connor sank his kayak.
Yes.
That's basically the only way we're going to have U-boats there. No, guys, it is a closed section of river. It's a small river, cliffs on both sides, caves, waterfalls. My whole place where I came up with the concept of Operation Valkyrie was I was out kayaking with one of the guys that I've done videos with, Keith Gimple. He did the video on the Valkyrie rifle and Vanguard rifle.
Yeasty, cut it out.
And anyways, we're kayaking down the river, and there's a spot where all the caves are and the waterfalls, but there's 3 bald eagles that live there, and the whole time you're going down the river, you're seeing bald eagles all the time. And it's just, guys, if you've never been in the middle of America out in a kayak and had bald eagles coming down under the tops of the trees, right over the top of the water, going over your kayak, I'm here to tell you, it'll make you appreciate America. So, anyways, that's where I came up with the concept. We were going to just go do some internal training ourselves, not Yeasty's kind of internal training, but getting a bunch of guys together to do some training as a group. And we decided we'd open this up to you guys, the concerned citizens. So, all right, I got Yeasty just threw down a $1.99. Booty spit fisting. Yeasty. I'm going to have your mama wash your mouth out with soap. All right, I got Joe Haynes, threw down 10 pounds. He's got us good English, the Queen's money here for us. Would you take someone from Germany for Operation Valkyrie? By the way, my only gun experience is shooting a Glock 17 and a semi-automatic MP38 replica. Yes, Joe, if you can work it out to come to the States. Last year, I had a guy come from Brazil to do Operation Valkyrie. So long as you speak English, and you're typing in English, but Joe, you are welcome. I have no problem with you. I will provide you with the firearms, and you can get the kayak from me. Bring your cold weather gear. If you are serious, any of you, and this goes for any of you guys, him or anybody else, I have no problem training international clients so long as it does not interfere with ITAR's restrictions, and Operation Valkyrie does not. So if you are in Canada and you want to come do this, if you're in Germany, if you're in Brazil, if you want to come from Japan, just don't come from China right now. Don't do it. Don't bring me the Dos Equis virus or the Bud Light virus. I don't want the Bud Light virus. I don't. So, but everybody else, you guys are welcome to come. Shoot me a email at tacticalrifleman1@gmail.com and say, hey, I want this last slot for Operation Valkyrie, or you can lock it in right now by going to tacticalrifleman.com, go to our events page and click buy, and you can buy it with your, you can buy it right there. One slot left. I got one here.
You do, but right. You mentioned the Tactical Rifleman one and the website. There was a guy earlier that asked about how do I train with Tactical Rifleman.
How do you train with Tactical Rifleman?
Listen to what he just said.
Guys, go. If you want to see our calendar or sign up for classes, tacticalrifleman.com. You go there and you'll see different tabs. One of them is the team, where you can see little bios of all of the guys we put on videos, our instructor staff. You can also go to the store. You can go to our events page. I got a calendar. Go month by month. And then whatever class you click on, it'll take you to basically the store where you can buy one. I apologize, we don't have the best website on the planet, but I'm a knuckle dragger. I shoot guns for a living. I'm not a internet guy. So yeah, guys, nobody has signed up for classes yet for this year. I think I've got maybe a third, not even a third, maybe 20% of the slots are filled for April. Our April classes, pistol class, pistol carbine classes, Saturday, Sunday, pistols on Fridays. I've got those classes in San Antonio and in Louisville in May and also in October. We have our Tactical Precision Rifle 101, which gets into basically the sniper side of the house. It will be actually down at K&M Precision. If you guys have never heard of that training site, it is in Tennessee. So I will be moving that class. I've got to reach out to the guys that have already signed up for it, but I'm moving that class to Tennessee from Rockcastle. Much, much better facility. They've got moving targets, everything, bunkhouse. It's gonna be awesome. The guys that have already signed up are not gonna get the price raised. I have to raise it a little bit because it comes with lodging now on site.
Before you move to that one,
yeah.
We talk about this every couple episodes, and I know that it's close to both of our hearts, but this guy here, Anthony Godinez, not sure if I'm saying that right, I'm sorry. Carl, what do you think about former SOF guys learning to apply military skills to the civilian world after getting out? Those that didn't retire have always struggled to be successful afterwards.
All right. Even if you retire, everybody's like, well, if you retire at 20 years, guys, you get half your pay. No, you do not. You get half of your base pay. All right. So my retirement pay half of my base pay. I don't get half of my halo pay. I don't get half of my demo pay. Don't get half of my language pay. I don't get half of my family whatever basic allowance for housing. All this other pay that was a monthly part of my paycheck. I don't get half of any of that stuff. So, and I'm fortunate I retired as a sergeant major, but I'll tell you, even on sergeant major's retirement pay, I have to get a job. I'm just blessed to have one where I enjoy what I'm doing. But you're right, a lot of guys get out before they retire. They don't have that to fall back on. And it is, a lot of guys struggle to find work. If you are a manager or a company owner or entrepreneur and you're looking for good employees, yes, you may not be looking for guys that can put charges on doors and explosively breach stuff and do jump commands out of jump school in a foreign language. I got that. However, a lot of the stuff that these guys are learning in the military, leadership skills, how to improvise, but also having a regimented military work ethic. And you'll find a lot of your military vets, even if they're not retirees, just the vets themselves, they really do bring a lot of skills that you as the manager, you're going to find you're going to rely on your employees that had military background a lot more than you do your civilian guys. Because you got to remember, even if, the guy showed up and he's got 2 years of college, but he doesn't have a degree. Okay, well, I want that to sink in. Do I hire this guy that was in the military for 7 years and he's got 2 years of college, or do I hire this millennial that's got a bachelor's degree in basket weaving or social sciences or something like that, computer game playing? Yeah, he's got a degree, but that's a piece of paper on the wall. The important thing is your vet that got his 2 years of classes, 2 years of college. He knocked out the fundamentals. He took classes that he knew that he needed. Computer classes, writing classes, English 101, 102, 202, stuff like that. Spreadsheets, all your office programs, all that stuff. Those are the classes he took. He didn't take a lot of the humanities and electives that all these colleges say you have to take now to make you a better rounded contributing member of society, which is total bullshit. Most of these college classes they're making these kids take now are doing nothing but brainwashing them and pushing them towards socialism. These guys, they may not have gotten a degree, these vets, these guys that, 5-7 years in the military, but they got 2 years of college. They have a lot more real world experience, right? As far as economics, these guys were running unit credit cards and unit op funds overseas in a combat zone. They were having to do purchases and buy stuff locally off the economy. They bring a lot more real world experience than people give them credit for. I have 193 credit hours. Never got my degree. Never got it. I think I'm like short 2 maths and a humanities or basket weaving or something. Guys, I'm not going to get a degree. I took my entire GI Bill and put my son through college with it. I did. My son has 0 college debt. And right now I'm spending all my money putting my daughter through medical school. But why don't I want a college degree? It's not that I don't want it. It's that it's not that necessary. It's not. I don't need it. I got a doctorate in jackassery. I got a doctorate in combat operations on the other side of the planet. I am a subject matter expert on stupid shit happening when you don't want it to happen. And here I am, Professor Erickson, sharing my wisdom and all my worthless knowledge with you guys. So anyways, that's my take on it.
Professor Erickson. It's got a nice ring to it.
It's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Professor Erickson. Maybe I should become like an honorary professor at the College of Jackassery.
Actually,
We could do that.
Can I be an
next graduation ceremony will be in beginning of May, I'm pretty sure.
Would that make me like an intern at the University of Jackassery?
I guess so. Carl,
like
will you autograph my microflash? Of course, Yeasty. Of course, I'll autograph it for you. I will. Bring it to the NRA show, and I will autograph it for you. I have one here from Rob. How you doing, Rob? Long time no hear, brother. Threw down 10 bones for this.
Yeah.
Good evening, Carl. Shout out to Chad. Did you say the May Precision Rifle class been moved to K&M in Finger, Tennessee? K&M is an outstanding facility. Shannon is a salty old dude, but a great host.
Yeah.
Yes, Rob, it has been moved. It has been moved.
I was going to bring that up just as I was writing it down. Thanks, Rob.
Yeah, so if you guys have signed up for the Precision Rifle class, it is on my list of things to do today. It didn't get done today, so it'll probably get done later this week. But I have to email everybody that's already signed up for that class so they can make different travel plans. Not canceling anybody. I hope everybody can still make it. Yeasty George, yes, I will autograph your fleshlight. Bring it to the NRA show. I'll autograph it for you there. And I hope Gun Owners of America will have a meeting sometime. I'd love to go to that one too. That's good coffee, dude.
There was actually a pretty good recommendation here.
Jerry J, I can do almost anything, killing someone or make nice furniture.
You didn't do that right, Carl.
What's that? You're right, I didn't, did I?
No, you didn't do that right.
I'm sorry, Jerry. Wrong accent. We do it in our...
horrible
Czechoslovakian accent.
There we go.
I can do almost anything, killing someone or making nice furniture. Is that better, Jerry? I'm trying, brother. I'm trying.
I'm sorry,
I don't
Jerry.
have... You got to remember, I was a fifth group, so when they sent me to language school... Good coffee.
Oh, there you go.
They sent me to language school. I actually learned Egyptian. I did not learn Czechoslovakian.
You're not You're not Professor Erickson. I like this one. Without further ado, said you'd be the Dean of Destruction.
Dean of Destruction.
Right there.
That is so a T-shirt. Dean of Destruction. Yep. I don't know, guys. I never consider myself top of the food chain. I don't. I'm just a regular guy. I'm sure there's somebody out there that could be Dean.
Right.
Seth Anderson just threw down a big thumbs up for the Chadster and $3 bill. He sent out a $3. Whose face is on the $3 bill? Put it in the comment section.
No.
I'll call in a minute. Nope. Let's see what Anton Leroy.
Damn, I had a question. There was something I saw here. Oh, it was
live streaming.
I can't
live stream right now. Right now. Okay.
It had to do with we need to get Randy to do pistol and rifle shooting from horseback. Somebody recommended that.
You know, that's not a bad idea.
No, it's not. We would record it all for everybody.
Hey, now, one of 65 genders reveal basket weaving underwater. Get it right. One of the 65 genders reveal big. You guys are awesome. Awesome. Man, maybe I need to be put in a timeout.
Right?
I use word like millennial.
Yeah. I don't even want to know.
I'm such a terrible person.
I just saw a comment from Yeasty. It says, considering how beat up it is. I don't even want to know what he's talking about.
He's talking about his fleshlight. Yeasty, just understand that when you show up at the NRA show, the president's going to be there, all right? And the Secret Service, they lose their minds at the NRA show because everyone's carrying a gun. But you may not be able to go to the inside thing when the president speaks. I'm just saying, because I don't know if your fleshlight because I'm sure it's got huge lithium batteries on it. Because I know you went with the Magnum version. I don't even know what a fleshlight would look like. But I use a spouse for stuff like that.
Yeah, about the next question here. Oh, nice. Knife hand that caffeine thumbs up button, people. I like that. I can get behind that treasure hunting.
Okay, Professor Erickson, that's awesome. All right,
Don Alexander, get him to teach a class. I hear he's a badass.
Don Alexander is good, people. Who asked about Don?
Organized Chaos 396 said that. Get Don Alexander to teach a class.
Organized Chaos
I
396.
hear he's a badass.
Don
All right,
Alexander's the man, guys. I want to say, I went almost 2 years without saluting an officer in the military. Seriously, I went almost 2 years. And I would have made 2 years, but like 3 days prior to my 2-year mark, I wouldn't keep track. Literally, I would like walk out of my way in parking lots if a lieutenant was coming at me just so I could go around him. I would have made it 2 years, but at Don's going away ceremony, he was walking across the parking lot. I went outside, I was leaving, and he had gone outside to put his plaque and stuff in his vehicle, and he had his beret on. I had my beret on. He started walking by, and I could have dodged him, but I actually stopped him, and I gave him my first salute in 1 year, 362 days, I think, and well deserved. If anyone earns respect from me, I'm here to tell you, Don Alexander's good people. I actually saw Don at SHOT Show. Don has gotten old, but he is still an awesome human being. And you guys got to understand, I knew Don as the executive officer, the head warrant officer for my company. But Don Alexander is generations ahead of me in SF. He was actually back when they were doing all the green light ops with like the backpack nukes and stuff like that. Yeah, that's Don Alexander's era of special forces all the way up, and he was still doing combat ops with my company. So he's just literally been doing, he's a legend, he's a legend. You guys may not ever hear the legend of Don Alexander, but he's a great guy without a doubt. I got something from a subscriber, and I want to show it to you guys.
Oh, how did I miss that?
We like big bullets.
How did
guys,
I miss that?
look at the size of that son of a gun right there. No, Yeasty, no, back off. Back off, back off,
Hey,
Yeasty.
you can't-
back off. No, down boy.
You just
down
ruined
boy.
Yeasty for the
Down
day.
boy. But guys, this, Yeasty, look.
No, just stop. Just stop.
All right, but guys, this is tequila. Tequila. Anyways, thank you, brother. I'm not throwing your name out there because I don't want, some people want privacy and stuff. But it is what it is. Actually, I'll throw
We
his name
skipped
out
one
there.
back here.
Who'd we skip, dude?
Tim Reckner asked, did you ever find the grid squares or keys to Area J in the Secret Squirrel Club? I'm guessing that's an inside thing-ish.
You would always, guys, if you don't know this stuff,
I understand the grid
we'll
squares.
see. I'm First Lieutenant Jerry J. Not to me, you're not, Jerry. Not to me, you're not. First Lieutenant Jerry J. No, it's something very common for new privates in the military. When you show up at the unit, they, I started my career in Korea, they would tell people to, hey, go to Camp Casey and go get a box of grid squares, something like that. And the private would go out looking, he'd go to supply trying to find a box of grid squares, or they'd send them to the commo shed where all the radios are to have them get a can of squelch for the radios. And it's kind of an inside joke. The funny part was I watched them tell one of the privates to go get a box of luminous grid squares, and he got on the bus and he left. He went to Seoul, Korea. We were in Korea at the time. We were up at Camp Hovey. He got on the bus, went to Seoul, and stayed down there for 2 days, and everybody lost their mind. But when he came back, he basically went down there and partied. He was a juvenile delinquent. But when he came back, everybody, they wanted to bust the guy for going AWOL, but he stood right there and said, Sergeant told me to go get a box of grid squares, and there was no way to track where he went. I know I was his buddy. I know he was in the bar in the club for 2 days. I know that. I know he was. But he said he just... So anyways, he didn't get in any trouble for it. We were juvenile delinquents back then, without a doubt. Yeasty. Yeasty's playing. Yeasty's playing.
Thank you, Yeasty.
I want your logo tattooed on my rectum lips. That was $1.99. For you, Chad, I'm not sure you want to touch that, though.
I think I'm going to let Tactical Rifleman keep that dirty money.
Yeah. Tim Recker, shit you not, we had a detailed dude looking for a flight line, and he went for, did you approve that one?
Yep.
Ask Air Force dudes for LOL. That's awesome stuff, Tim. You got to love stuff like that when they're pushing people to go do stupid stuff. Engineers, concrete stretchers, trailer stretcher.
Nice.
Test the shocks on the Bradley.
Alexander Flieger is designing knives while he listens to the show.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nice.
We have a bunch of knife designers with us. Kraken Tactical, for example, is I don't want to say semi-professional, or I don't want to say semi-amateur. He's a up-and-coming new knife manufacturer that's making some great knife designs.
I love my dagger he made for me. It's even got my name on it. It says property of Chad Holsizer, which is pretty awesome.
Yep.
Not that anybody's going to steal it.
Get off me. Get off me. Di Patrick, I told you to get me a spool of flight line.
Yep.
Carl, we had private checking for soft spots on the Bradleys.
In the armor. I was in Korea. I played that game. Yep. Little ball peen hammer going ting, 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 ting.
No way, really?
Oh, yeah.
I hadn't heard of that one. That's some funny stuff right there.
But the funny thing is you get like 4 or 5 people that knew the joke.
Yeah.
And then you get the new guy.
Oh, yeah.
The new guy'd be over there. He'd be the best armor checker ever. He'd be over there with his ear up. Just...
Stephen Ballard just threw down a $10 bill. Have you ever seen Bad Company Tactical? If so, what's your thoughts on the holster? How about you, Chad? I have not seen Bad Company.
I have not. There's so many out there, and I'm kind of stuck on what I already have. So
I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry it cost you $10 to ask that, but I don't have any experience with their holsters. Here's one thing I will say is support your local holster makers. And here's why. A lot of your Kydex holsters, support your local guys because you can bring them your gun with whatever light you have and they can custom make you one. A lot of guys will laser engrave logos. They can put American flags, whatever else you want on them. But as far as certain types of retention devices, I swear by my ALS holster made by Safariland. So for duty holsters, guys, I'm sorry, it's hard to convince me otherwise, but I swear by my Safariland. Like, for example, Surefire made a holster, and they still sell it, that's made for guns that have suppressors on them. It locks just on the back of the gun in the light. And it looks super awesome. It looks super high speed. And you got to remember, Surefire makes the best suppressors. They make the best weapon lights, everything. But honest, I would not run that holster. Would not run it. Would not run that holster. I've seen it. I've inspected it. I've talked to enough guys that have tested it. And I'm not going to, I'll steer you to almost all other Surefire products except for their holster. I love Surefire. You guys know I do. I'm not bashing Surefire at all. What I'm being is I'm being honest with you guys. So I like Safariland holsters, well, because Safariland holsters are awesome.
Too. I'm a big fan. Carl, this guy asked, where's Tactical Rifleman's Training Center? You want to give him a gist on how about the classes?
the Tactical Rifleman Training Center. We have the Tactical Rifleman Range Complex. Guys, I sit on 63 acres. It's my family's property. I have a 220 meter rifle range. I have a 100 meter pistol range. It's where we film a lot of our videos. I do not teach classes here. I don't do it. I don't do it because I just don't do it. Now, part of Operation Valkyrie will be here, but as far as using the ranges, I don't do it. So what we do is we travel to wherever I can get 9, 10, 12 students together. So I teach classes in San Antonio. I teach classes in Pennsylvania. I just taught a class up in Detroit. I teach classes, taught one last week in Tennessee. I teach classes wherever I am needed. So the reason why I'm saying that, and the reason why I'm glad you asked, is if you have a bunch of like-minded citizens, concerned citizens, or a military unit, or a law enforcement department, and you would like the Tactical Rifleman team to come train you. And we can train you on everything from high-speed vehicle dynamics to tactical combat casualty care. We can teach survival classes, modern survival. We can do high-risk travel. Obviously, pistol carbine, right? Precision rifle. We can teach you a little bit of everything. That's the cool part, is I don't pretend to be the end-all be-all of everything. I'm not. I'm just a regular guy that's a good jack of all trades. So what I do is I will find you those subject matter experts. I use Z to teach certain classes as a subject matter expert. I use other instructors for subject matter experts for like driving and things like that. I use other subject matter experts for survival, this, that, and the other. I'm gonna be there. Be there for 99.9% of the classes, but I will bring you in the best of the best. So if you have a Baptist Coalition group and you want to do a church security class that has medical and pistol shooting and basically how to set up a church security plan, we can put you together a class. We'll come to you. If you want us to come out to your local gun club and run a class, a 3-day weekend, Combat Pistol 101 on Fridays, Pistol Carbine on Saturday and Sunday, we can do it. I need basically a range wide enough for 14 students. I need a minimum of 25 meters deep, 50 would be better, and I need a classroom. That's all I need. You find me 9 students that are willing to pay tuition, I'll give you a slot for free. Serious as a heart attack. So anyways, reach out to us again at tacticalrifleman1@gmail, just like Chad just typed right there, and we'll get you taken care of. We really will.
There's a bunch of questions.
My phone's blowing up. What you got? What's going on? You got to turn it back on?
There we go. My mic was off.
Done any training in Indiana? Dry fired a lot on people in Indiana. I'm joking. Indiana. I don't think so. I don't think we've done a class in Indiana yet.
No.
So
if you have any questions on classes that we haven't covered,
send them to tacticalrifleman1@gmail, guys.
and then we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Okay.
And I was thinking today was Taco Tuesday. It's not.
No, it's not.
Ah, shit.
We'll be on the road.
What am I going to do for dinner? Damn it. All right. Where would we go? BLM land. BLM land. I don't know what that means.
Well, this one might be a good one for you to address here.
$1 million.
Vermont Concerned Citizen says, what is
how much is tuition? Excellent question. It's going to vary by class. But for the most part, for planning purposes, I like to say $350 per head for a class that's got 9, 10 students in it, right? Per day, right? So if, let's say we come and we do Pistol 101 on Friday, that class would be $350 per head because I've got to rent the range. I've got to buy t-shirts. A lot of you don't know that we give out t-shirts. The back has got the name of the class on it and everything. You can't get them online. You get those shirts from attending a class. You get the patch stickers, you get student handouts, but the big thing is you get quality time interacting with the students, with the instructors. So $350 a day. And then we would do a Saturday, Sunday pistol carbine. That class would be $700, and people could sign up for both or either. So anyways, smaller classes. All right, if you want to do a smaller private class, I can do private classes for you. I did a private class last week, but understand I base my profit margin off of a class that has 12 people in it. So obviously it's not going to be $350 a head for a one-man class. I'm just letting you know that right now. Booty spit, toss the salad, chow down on the brown, Yeasty George, handing Chad another $2 bill.
$4.98.
Thank you, Yeasty.
Dirty,
Chad
dirty
says
Yeasty
thank
money.
you very much.
Thank you, Yeasty.
Rama just threw down a $10 bone. Thanks, Carl and Chad. No questions, just thanks for the great channel and putting up with all our comments. I'll tell you what, the comment section is alive and well tonight.
Oh, it's
it
great.
Really is.
I'm
digging this.
Knock on some wood somewhere. We haven't had any chat issues.
No trolls today.
Not that we'd be talking about
trolls.
it. We're not going to give them any notoriety. Sean Alexander asked how I feel. I actually feel pretty great. I think it was more nervousness thinking I had corona coming home from Vegas, and it ended up being just, I guess, the
regular flu.
He
came home with the Bud Light flu from Vegas.
I didn't drink that much. We worked too much to drink in Vegas. Oh, we already told him about the 4 fingers of scotch or whatever at lunch.
He didn't drink at SHOT Show.
Sorry, I won't lie to our watchers.
Come on, that's funny.
Our fans again.
That's funny. I love that.
What coffee are you sipping?
That's funny.
What are you drinking? Are you drinking EDC coffee?
No. Yeah, I'm drinking EDC right now. No, it's EDC. It's this one right here. EDC Slip Point's what I'm drinking.
Hanging Chad, nice Kraken. Is that Ray? The
Which
Kraken?
one? Yeah, the Kraken.
Hanging
I don't
Chad.
know. I don't think so.
He hashtagged Hanging Chad. This is making election jokes.
Making election jokes? I don't
you
get
remember
it.
that was a few years ago. They had a problem with the voting. They weren't counting the votes because the little punches weren't punching the holes completely out, and they called them hanging chads. So they didn't count the votes or something like that. Yeah.
Here's one. Madison asked, is the Desert Tech MDR a good ride for 3-gun? No. No. Guys, yes, I'm still testing the Desert Tech MDR. I am. There are applications for it, but it is definitely not 3-gun. No. That's a good Tim Tam.
Evening from the UK, gents. Best way to train handgun shooting without access to Ranger rounds. Hi, JJ.
Airsoft. No, I don't like using the word airsoft because people associate it with kids. But you can get a lot of training with airsoft. And here, if you don't believe me, I had a client come from Germany, and he had an airsoft Glock 19. He had a holster. He had all this kit over there in Germany. And his 21st birthday, he graduated college, and he wanted to take a class with me. So he actually paid, and we did one-on-one training for 3 days. This kid had never shot a real pistol before, but he had like 3 years of dry firing. He was awesome. He picked it up like that. all of his dry firing applied. So if you want to practice without real guns, I don't care if you make one out of wood or carve it out of soap like poor Jay has to do over on the Love Boat, because you can't even have an airsoft gun on the ship. I don't care what you have to do, but practice the muscle memory, and you can do that by dry firing, without a doubt.
Uh-oh.
Guys, this is it.
Uh-oh. I accidentally deleted his comment.
Which one?
I'm sorry, Yeasty. I didn't mean to time you out. That was a fluke. Oh.
Did you just put Yeasty in timeout for 300
did.
seconds?
Well,
You did. He paid money for that one, too.
I wasn't trying.
Yeasty Chad says he's sorry for putting you in timeout. He didn't mean to put you in timeout.
No.
It's just force of habit.
No, it was an accident.
All right, guys. Well, Chad's trying to stumble over how he can make it up to Yeasty. I just want to say I'm running out of coffee. All right, so that's how I measure time on our live streams. I've got a couple ounces left. So real quick, I want to thank our sponsors again. Sportsman's Guide, that's why they're up on the wall behind us. All of our other ones, Big Daddy Unlimited, EDC Coffee, which is actually pretty good. I was surprised.
Yeah.
Birch Gold, Leviathan Group. Yeah, there's just, because I know you guys are going to ask about my water bottle that I bring to the gym. It's Hydration Junkie. It's actually kind of cool because it holds my phone. And it's got a clip for my car keys while I'm at the gym. And it's even got a thing to hold my credit card. Funny stuff. So, not really a sponsor, but I know you guys are going to ask. So, thanks to the sponsors, but the one I really want to thank is my patrons. Right? I do the videos. We get a 1/1,000th of a penny for each view. If you guys sit through the ad on YouTube, all these free videos that all you guys get, but it basically equates to next to nothing from YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, by the way, for pissing in my wallet. But the patrons, you guys are helping me out a lot and keeping my blood pressure from being too high, worrying about how I'm going to get my daughter through medical school. So life is going good. Those of you that asked about how my Jeep is coming, if you look on Instagram, I posted a couple of pictures on Instagram about how my Jeep is coming. I don't have any recent ones here, but supposedly I'm only a couple weeks out of getting this puppy back, which is gonna be awesome. Next week we need a Jeepzilla update. I just said that. Just did perfect timing. So it's gonna be great. Yeah, you gotta sit through all the Bloomberg ads. Guys, don't get mad at the Bloomberg ads. Don't get mad at him. Smile, because he's pissing his money away trying to talk to you. And you're just like me. You ain't buying any of the crap that Bloomberg puts out. I'll take his money all day long, though. Take his money all day long.
And patrons, after watching the last live video with Emery, I'm not letting him use his laptop anymore.
Yeah.
Say no to laptop cameras.
Yeah,
Hashtag that in the
Jeep
chat.
better be a XJ 4.0.
Oh, XJ 4.0, that's weak.
No,
4.0, that's
it's
weak.
it's a JK, brother. Sorry.
But
sorry.
4 liter, that's a joke.
Yeah, it's going to be a JK
600.
four-door Rubicon with a 6.4 Hemi in it.
Yes.
I don't really want a Gladiator. I like the concept of the Gladiator, but the departure angle on the back, because it's got the longer bed, the departure angle is not good for rock crawling. It'd be okay for overland, but not great for rock crawling. One last question. Colton Hudson, opinions on Virginia gun bills trying to pass. I thought they passed it already. Don't worry, guys. Don't get mad. Don't grab your guns and run to Virginia. Vote. Vote, talk to people, talk some freaking sense into them. Make sure they understand that the only reason why the other world powers never came to the shores of America ever is because behind every blade of grass is an American with a rifle. And it's not like that anymore. And if they take all these guns away from us, the other superpowers are going to realize that. And once you lose them, it's very, very hard to get them back. Very hard to get them back.
Jerry J's question.
What'd Jerry J say?
He said, what do you like and dislike on Halo, Hey-Ho? I like to go through clouds, but I don't like cold.
What about what's that one more time?
What do you like and dislike about Halo, Hey-Ho?
Yeah.
He said he likes to go through clouds, but he don't like the cold.
Yes, jumping at altitude is cold. Clouds are fun in the summertime. Guys, if you don't know what he's talking about, Jerry J, former Soviet Union special ops guy, is here with us. He was doing military free fall. I was on a military free fall team. Falling through clouds, you get, sometimes you hit rain. Now, you've all been riding on a motorcycle and been hit in the face with rain, right? That hurts, right? Now, picture the shape of a teardrop, a raindrop, right? Shaped like that. Now, but you're hitting it like this, right? Yeah, you're hitting raindrops and they hurt. Now, imagine falling at 120 miles an hour hitting raindrops, but you're not hitting them like this. The sharp part of the raindrop is what you're coming down on top of. The top of raindrops is sharp and they hurt. So yeah, I don't like falling in the rain, but no big deal. It's just, it is what it is. The only thing I don't like, that cold, I don't like walking to the airplane. You know why? Because no joke, guys, this is how they do this. The Air Force, God bless them. Because you're standing there, now you got your 60-pound parachute on your back. You got your 80-pound rucksack behind your legs. You got your sniper rifle over here on your side. Over here, you've got 2 oxygen bottles. You got your oxygen mask hanging here, helmet on your head. And that MC-130 will pull right up right in front of you. The pilot will wave at you. And then he pulls past you and he goes and parks about 150 meters away, the little prick. And you got to waddle all the way over to the airplane and walk up onto the ramp. I just want to choke him. I just want to, Can't do that. So anyways, for me, that's the worst part of a halo jump. You can't really screw it up. You fall out of the plane and gravity does the rest of it. I have never missed a planet. Not one time. Not one time. Never missed a planet. Never missed it. All right, gents, I'm wrapping it up. I've already said goodbye to the sponsors. And yeah, it's definitely time to wrap this up. So you guys know the deal. I will see you guys back again, hopefully next Tuesday. We'll be back. I got nothing planned for Tuesday right now. Comment below. The internet was good tonight because I didn't use words like internet, Hillary Clinton, stuff like that. I didn't say those things, all right? So
quid pro quo Joe?
Yeah, quid pro quo Joe. I didn't say that. So anyways, y'all know the deal, and I'll see you all next Tuesday. Patrons, I'm filming Story Time with Carl over the next couple of days, and then we'll be getting that out to you guys for this month's war story. So y'all take care. I'll see y'all next time. Shoot straight.